Jessica, this trip is no doubt a welcome relief from the drama engulfing the Trump administration in recent days. Instead of facing those difficult questions about the Russia investigation and firing his FBI director, the president is being treated like royalty by the Saudi royal family. Trumpets announced the arrival of President and Mrs. Trump in Saudi Arabia Saturday, marking his first foreign trip as commander-in-chief. The red carpet was literally rolled out for the first couple. They were met by King Salman and other high-level Saudi officials. The lavish welcome continued on the way to the Saudi royal court. American and Saudi flags lined the streets of Riyadh, and men on horseback surrounded the president's motorcade. The pageantry continued inside the royal court, where members of the Trump administration took part in a traditional sword dance. King Salman also presented Trump with a gilded necklace and medal. But the day's real business was the signing of a $110 billion arms deal between the two countries.
Tremendous investments into the United States, and our military community is very happy, and we want to thank you and Saudi Arabia. But hundreds of billions of dollars of investments into the United States, and jobs, jobs, jobs.
The deal aims to bring American-made ships, planes, and bombs to Saudi Arabia, which can bolster the country's efforts to fight terror in the Middle East and counterbalance rival Iran's nuclear ambitions.
This huge arms sales package reduces the burden on the United States to provide this same equipment to our own military forces, and will strengthen Saudi security forces for the future so that Saudi Arabia is more capable of carrying a greater share of the burden.
The president will be gone for 9 days, but when he gets back to Washington, his former FBI director, James Comey, is expected to openly testify to Congress about the investigation into alleged Russian meddling in the election last year. The New York Times reports one day after firing Comey, Trump told Russian officials, quote, "I just fired the head of the FBI. He was crazy, a real nut job." The paper also quotes Mr. Trump as saying, quote, "I faced great pressure because of Russia. That's taken off." Meanwhile, the Washington Post is reporting a senior White House advisor is a significant person of interest in that investigation. And it's worth mentioning Mr. Trump is the only American president ever to make a Muslim-majority nation his first overseas trip. Tomorrow he gives a major speech on fighting ISIS and other Islamic extremists. Then it's off to Israel, the Vatican, Brussels, and Sicily. Jessica?